Hello everyone. Today we're going to be discussing LGBTQIA+ pride flags. Now if you're looking at the other videos on this channel, you might be a bit thrown off because this isn't a science video. Thing is, SAM is for science, art, and math nerds, so this falls under a section of art to me. It's also generally just good stuff to know, so you can recognize who's who and what they're trying to say when they wear a pride flag shirt, scarf, sticker, etc. It's also nice to give pride gifts to show support for your LGBT+ friends and family. Anyway, let's get to it. As there are more than 50 confirmed flags, we're going to cover the ones that are shown more often. If you don't see your flag here, I'm sorry. If you'd like to shout out your missed flag in the comments, I can add it to the list in an article on my website later. The first flag to cover is the arguably most iconic, especially since it was the first official pride flag. The gay pride flag from 1979 was created by Gilbert Baker, an openly gay activist. His original flag was with 8 colors, but due to the expensiveness of pink fabric and later the desire for an even amount of colors for a pride parade driving out turquoise, the flag as we know it today has 6 colors. Although most people associate it with a rainbow and believe that to be the sole reason behind the chosen colors, there are meanings to the colors when they were chosen. Pink was for sex, red for life, orange for healing, yellow for sunlight, green for nature, turquoise for magic or art, indigo for serenity, and violet for spirit. There is another version of the flag that does have 8 colors. Sporting all 6 of the gay pride flag colors, the More Color, More Pride campaign added a couple of black and brown stripes to recognize people of color in the LGBT community. Good thing too, because they especially deserve recognition, as people like Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera were on the front lines, fighting for trans and gay rights as the movement started in the 1960s, including taking lead roles in the Stonewall riots in 1969. The first lesbian flag created was back in 1999, the Labrys Lesbian Flag created by Sean Campbell. The symbol of the Labrys was associated with the Amazons from mythology, becoming a symbol of empowerment for feminist lesbians in the 1970s. As homosexual females didn't conform to the ideal woman for Nazis, they were put into concentration camps with an inverted black triangle worn on them to identify them. This triangle was later reclaimed and used in this flag, along with the purple associated with the Greek Sappho's poetry. It wasn't until 2010 when the lipstick lesbian flag was released, but it wasn't widely used as its feminine representation didn't appeal to everyone in the lesbian community. It was later edited to remove the lipstick mark, but it's still not as popular as the most recent variants. Variants such as the lesbian flag created by Emily Gwynn, as recent as 2018. The dark orange represented gender nonconformity, orange for independence, light orange for community, white for unique relationships to womanhood, pink for serenity and peace, dusty pink for love and sex, and dark rose for femininity. It was later made simpler to 5 colors. Something that isn't often disputed is the bisexual flag. Bisexuality is the romantic and/or sexual attraction and/or behavior towards both males and females, and/or to anyone of any sex or gender identity. Essentially, bi encompasses a lot. The flag was made in 1998 by Michael Page, who noticed that most bi people didn't connect to the rainbow gay pride flag. The colors, magenta, lavender, and blue, represent homosexual attraction, attraction to both sexes, and heterosexual attraction, respectively. Given it's one of the big forefront letters, I'm surprised I couldn't find many strictly bi flags, but there are plenty of subgroups to get into soon. Since we're mostly going in order of the letters, let's move on to trans. Yes, trans representation. That's me. Transgender people have a gender identity that doesn't match their assigned birth sex. It includes those who are masculine or feminine, but also who are genderqueer, non-binary, and basically anything outside of cisgender. The most common flag was designed by trans woman Monica Helms in 1999. The blue stripes represent the traditional color for baby boys, the pink for baby girls, and the white for intersex people, who are transitioning, and those with a neutral or undefined gender. There are many other transgender flag designs, but in an attempt to keep this short, I won't go into detail on those. There are many variants that fit under the trans and bi umbrellas, but let's focus on some particularly popular ones, such as the pansexual and polysexual flag, nonbinary flag, and genderfluid flag. Pansexual is under the bi umbrella, essentially for those who can be attracted to anyone regardless of gender. Is created by Jasper V around 2010. The magenta stripe represents those who are attracted to those in the female spectrum, the yellow stripe represents those who are attracted to people in the non-binary spectrum, and the cyan stripe represents those who are attracted to people in the masculine spectrum. The polysexual flag is quite similar. It represents people who are attracted to multiple but not all genders. As a result, the green stripe is the only difference, replacing the yellow. Digging deeper into gender, there is the non-binary flag, which represents all identities which aren't exclusively masculine or feminine. In 2014, Kai Rowan created the flag with 4 colors: yellow for those whose gender exists outside the binary, white for those who are multigender, purple for those who are a mix of male and female, and black for those who lack gender. Another non-binary flag is the Genderfluid Flag, representing those who fluctuate between multiple genders or express multiple genders at once. This flag was created by J.J. Poole in 2012. The pink represents femininity, the white all genders, the purple both masculinity and femininity, the black no gender, and the blue represents masculinity. Those aren't all the popular flags though, as there are intersex and the A's. Intersex people are born with variations in sex characteristics in chromosomes, hormones, and/or genitals, to where they don't fit the typical definitions of a male or female body. This refers to the identity of a person's sex rather than their gender. This flag was made in 2013 by Morgan Carpenter of Intersex Human Rights Australia. The organization describes the circle as unbroken and unornamented, symbolizing wholeness and completeness, and our potentialities. The purple and yellow were chosen to avoid colors referencing gender stereotypes, as there have been too many inappropriate symbols and iconography associated with intersex people. The simple circle design avoids using any gender symbolism while creating a positive representation. There are also flags for those who lack or feel little sexual orientation, romantic orientation, and gender. For example, the Asexual Flag. In 2010, a member of AVEN, the Asexual Visibility and Education Network, created this flag. The color black represents asexuality, gray represents the area between asexuality and sexuality, the white represents sexuality, and the purple represents community. The Aromantic Flag represents those who feel little to no romantic attraction to other people. The flag was created back in 2014 by Cameron. The green stripes represent the aromantic spectrum, while the white stripe represents the importance of non-romantic love and platonic relationships, and the black and gray stripes represent the sexuality spectrum. The last A to cover is the Agender Flag, of which there are a few variations. The first created was designed by the Tumblr user Transrants back in 2014. The black stripe represents absence of gender, the gray represents partial gender, and the green represents non-binary. And that's all the flags we're going to cover today. Thank you for taking some time to learn some LGBT culture with an art focus. Let me know which is your favorite flag, and if I missed it, still let me know in the comments. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to introduce some more science, art, and math concepts into your life, and feel free to check out my website, Steam for Sam. See you next time.